everybody. My name is Dena Yago. I'm an artist. A lot of my sculptures have to do with different kinds of fabrics and natural dyeing. So for today's activity, I am going to take you guys through how to make natural dye at home using onion skins. This should take, about an hour of your time and really only requires some leftovers from whatever onions you've been cooking with, and a t-shirt or a piece of fabric or whatever you guys have laying around the house. Okay, let's get started. So this is a yogurt container filled with all of the onion skins that I have used during quarantine. There are some shallots in here, some yellow onions, some red onions, and the color that this turns out to be is actually, I can show you. It's like a really nice kind of rusty color, very natural, earthy tone. Sometimes the colors can change depending on what else you put in, but for today I'm just going to do just onion skins, and I'm going to put them all together. So these are all of the onion skins that I have been collecting from cooking dinner and lunch and breakfast and all that stuff. It's quite a bit. Yep, there you go. So this is everything that we're going to be using. Just be sure to take off any stickers, because that, I'm not exactly sure what it would do, but probably wouldn't be so nice to have in there. All right. So the first step, other than just eating a lot of onions, is to fill up a large pot with water. And I filled it up a little bit more than halfway. You can always, add more water if it evaporates, or if the color's looking, too dark and you want to lighten it up. You can always dilute it, or you can, kind of boil it down if you want a stronger color. And I'm bringing it up to like almost a boiling, but just putting all of the onion skins in here, all together. If you want like a more pinkish color, use just red onion skins. Otherwise it's just going to be more orangey. The other great thing about working with onion skins is that a lot of time when you're making natural dyes, you have to add something called a mordant to make the pigment stick to the fibers, which you can still do with this, but you don't have to, because some of that material is already in the onion skin, so it's really just like a one-step thing. So it's going to take a little while for all of the colors to start coming out, about an hour. So while you're sort of letting this cook, you can start preparing the fabric. So the next step is picking out what it is that you want to dye. Here I just have some scraps of muslin that I had in my studio. And this can be great if you want to make something like a quilt or like a fabric collage, or, you can also make some face masks with it, though it's not, the most dense fabric in the world. But, and then I also have 2 t-shirts. So you take the material here and you put it into another pot, turn up the heat about halfway just so that it's like pretty warm. Once the water is warmed up to like below a boil, then you can take the fabric, give it a good soak, and just keep it, wet until you're ready to put it into the onion skin dye. So I'm just going to wait for this to heat up, and then I'm going to soak all the fabric, put it aside for a little bit, and then in about an hour, once this has simmered, then I'll take out all of the onion skins, sort of strain them out with a slotted spoon, and then you can put the fabric in the dye, and then voila. And just let it sit there for like a minute or two, and then take it out and hang it out to dry a little bit. you know, in the bathroom or somewhere where it won't make too much of a mess. So I'm just turning down the heat a bit because it's looking like it might be getting a little bit too hot. And just give it like a good stir every now and again. But mostly you can just let the onions do their thing. You can see like the color is already starting to come out a bit. So this is about halfway done. Just trying not to burn myself here. And this is what the color of the water now looks like. And I'm going to wait for a while and kind of boil it down a bit so that it gets darker and more concentrated. And then we will move on. So this is a shirt that was just soaked in the water. I'm going to tie-dye it, and I just have a piece of string, but if you have rubber bands, you know, go wild. So I'm just grabbing it in the middle and twisting it into this little bundle. And just going to tie it up in a little package. This might not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but hey, that's what we're dealing with. All right, so now we're gonna take out the onion skins with a slotted spoon. You know, just kind of drip them off and put them in another, you know, pot or the trash. I don't know. Let's see. I think if you have a strainer, you know, maybe that would be better to use just so you can get all of the liquid out, but I do not have one on hand right now. It smells pretty funky, but not so much that it'll like stink up your whole house. It's a subtle funk. All right, so now in this final step, we're gonna take, well, I can turn this down a bit lower, and you can kind of see how dark it's gotten just by its juxtaposition against the white. And now you kind of have to let it soak for, you know, any 10, 20, 30 minutes, sort of up to you, depending on how deep of a color you're going for. Got kind of a lot of fabric in here. Okay, so now you just let it sit for like 20 to 30 minutes. Make sure that it's submerged. Okay, so now we're gonna take out the t-shirt. Oh, and there's another onion skin there. And, you know, try to get out some water. And next I will bring it outside to dry, and that's it. So, enjoy. Okay. All right. There we go.